Be'ezrat Hashem, B'siyat Dishmaya, we're back at the Maple Ridge community here. We're learning Hilchot from Sefer Musar, Yirat HaShem, how to fear God properly, hopefully. And today is 27th of the month of Shvat. Be'ezrat Hashem, Tuesday, the third day of the week of Parshat Shabbat, Terumah. So we're continuing, still discussing why the language, very strange language in the beginning of the Pasuk of the Parasha. As we said yesterday, right, to Terumah 3 times, it's indicating the level of a service that person performs to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Uma she'amar tichu velo amar titenu. Another question arises from the Parasha. It says tichu, you shall take. You shall take. Velo amru titnu, and it doesn't say you shall give. Why is that? רמז שאל יחשוב האדם שבעשיית מצווה הוא מוסיף לו יתברך משהו בזה חס ושלום. A Jew should never think that I'm doing a mitzvah because I'm going to get a certain reward. אלא אדרבה, לוקח בזה שכר שלם מהשם יתברך לעושה את המצווה עצמו. The only thing that he should be worried or should be happy about and should concentrate that Be'ezrat Hashem one day he will be rewarded for fulfilling the mitzvah. לכן אמר ויקחו לי תרומה ולא אמר ויתנו. Therefore he's telling you that the reward is coming to you. That's the kicha, that's going to be taking. You're going to be utilizing in Olam Haba, Olam HaEmet, you're going to be fully utilizing the reward that's coming. And it's not telling you to give because it's not yours to give. מה שכתוב ג' פעמים לשון הלקיחה. So why does it say 3 times the language of taking? רמז לשלושה מיני שכר שיש במצווה. There are 3 rewards for fulfilling a mitzvah. 3 types of rewards. What is it? שכר המצווה. A person gets a reward, everlasting, a reward for each good deeds that we do, or a commandment. Forget about good deeds. I'm sorry, the wrong word. For each commandment of the 248 commandments that Hashem tells you to perform, you get a certain reward. ושכר שמזמינין לו מצווה אחרת. Now, from those 248 mitzvot that the Torah commands us to do, you fulfilled one of them, there is another reward. What's the reward? On top of the reward that you're getting already for fulfilling God's will, you get another chance to perform another mitzvah. So, again, a person starts with, let's say, a smallest thing in the world, and then it goes bigger and bigger and bigger. And that is all like a dividends. Because you did a small mitzvah, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is now going to help you do the big mitzvah. ושכר השמחה למצווה, של המצווה, even more than that. We know that a mitzvah is gonna give you a big reward. You're gonna get a bank account. Like, for instance, you get, let's say, you honor your parents. So the Torah tells us if you honor your parents properly, you will have a longer life. So a person says, wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. So if I'm going to be nice to my parents, I'm going to get a longer life. Right. But besides that, you have simcha. You will, while you're fulfilling a mitzvah, knowing that there is a big reward for it, you will also be rejoicing that you have the opportunity to fulfill the mitzvah. For instance, right? A person sees a Sefer Torah passing by him every day. We're taking the most neglected, because easy thing. You see him, it's a Sefer Torah walking by for Kriyat Torah on 3 times a week, Monday, Thursday, and Shabbat, right? And plus Yom Tovim, Rosh Chodesh, whatever. Now, what's for granted? We bow down to the Sefer Torah. We point to it. We say, V'zot Torah. It's a mitzvah. It's a mitzvah in the Torah to kibud the Torah, to honor the Torah, right? So what's happening with this guy? You should know that there is a guy who cannot do this mitzvah. Which guy? A guy who is blind. Rahman al-Islam, the person who doesn't have eyes. He can't see the Sefer Torah. So besides you're going to get a reward for bowing down when the Sefer Torah passes by or going to kiss it, you should be rejoicing that you have the ability to smile, to look at and to perform the mitzvah, looking by the Sefer Torah and honoring it, where a blind person cannot do it. So there's a joy. Not just that, as we said, one of the one of the things that we are mentioning constantly, a person should be happy with his life and constantly think for a second, even for a second, daily. There should be a routine. My life could be a billion times worse. It should be a routine. Think to yourself, what do you mean? Why am I better than this box of tissue? Here, this box of tissue, here it lays, doesn't move. And yet Hashem gave me an opportunity to get up and to do something. Whatever it is, with all my suffering, I have the biggest suffering in the world. The person, Rahman al-Islam, is laying there and he is immobile, totally, what is it called? Can't move the body.
In Hebrew?
In English.
In English? Handicap?
Not handicap, he's paralyzed.
Oh, frozen or something.
He's paralyzed, right? But he opens his eyes. This person that's paralyzed can move nothing in his body. Nothing. He is the most happiest person. Why should he be happy? That he opened his eyes. There are people who laying down in coma can't even open their eyes. A person should, and that's what, you know why he should be happy? This is what he should be thinking. He should be thinking, this paralyzed person, they will be judging him. The truth of the matter is, he will be asked, hello, what is this? Who promised you you're going to be alive, walking, and fine and dandy, everything is fine with you? Who promised this to you? Nobody promised you. A person should think for a second, wait a minute, I'm paralyzed. What I'm telling you right now is not a joke. A paralyzed person will be punished for being said that he's paralyzed. That he didn't think to himself, wait a minute, I could be in coma. I will not be able to talk to someone. Do you know what a pleasure it is? What a consolation it is to be able to just to say something to a person? Do you know what it is? When I had a trachea, I couldn't talk. But I was talking, but nobody heard me. Nobody heard me because my mouth was not moving. My speech was interrupted. They had a hole in here in my chest. And there was a machine making pump noise constantly. And I was talking, I wanted to talk. No talking, Habibi. Until they closed the hole and the hole healed and I started talking. Yeah? How much a person should be thankful that he could talk. So this paralyzed person, his body is all numb and can't feel nothing. But the fact that he got up, woke up, and he could talk, he should be thankful. And in Shamayim, they will punish this guy if he complains. Because you have to think for a second, maybe he should be in coma. And yet, this is how we live our lives. We think the ta'ana is on us. We think we're going to say, Hashem gave me a suffering life. There's a simcha. A person must be in simcha in whatever situation it is. Figure out a way to brainwash yourself. Because why do I use this word brainwashing? Yetzer hara is a big brainwasher. He got us from the young age. We're always victims. We always like to cry. There's somebody always nurturing us. That is the mama. Mama Akdosha, Papa, whatever it is. Whatever the person was in your life, right? So you always have somebody to nurture you. So we're all spoiled. We don't understand that. Always think to yourself that it could be a million times worse. More than that, it should be a million times worse. Hashem has hesed that this paralyzed person is laying down. Hashem has hesed. He wants him to be awake, that he should talk to the nurse that's coming in there to take care of him. That's a mercy from Hashem. In reality, if we think about it, do we understand what's going on here? Here, take a look at the Torah. The Torah tells us clearly that it's a clear as a bell. You hear a bell ringing? So clear. It says clearly, all the punishments, all the suffering, every delinquency, every deficit we have in our lives, it's because we performed the mitzvah somewhere, somewhat, not with full-heartedly. For instance, somebody got me upset right before I put on my tefillin. So now I'm putting on tefillin upset. For that, I didn't push away putting on the tefillin. I didn't push away that upsetness because, think about it. Do you know what tefillin is? You're putting on tefillin. You're partnering with Hashem to sustain this beautiful world with billions and billions of people depending on your putting on tefillin. Billions. Forget about tefillin. Forget about that's like you have to do something hard. Let's talk about something that's natural. Going to a restroom. Just going to the bathroom. We're going to the bathroom and we come out. Okay, thank you. It's crazy. Hashem gave you an opportunity to go to the restroom to relieve yourself. We're going to the restroom. Actually, Halakha says, why? You learn over there, Halakha is not so pashut. If a person needs to go to the restroom, he cannot hold it back. Why? Because the world depends on him. The cleansing of the world, whatever we do physically here, has an effect, physical effect on this world. So me going to the bathroom at the appropriate time actually cleans this world. How much dirt in this world comes out, how much everything is intertwined. We're all intertwined. Hashem, that's not, so it's a simcha. You have to be rejoicing that you went to the bathroom, that you could say Hashem Yatzar, that you could wash your hands properly. Here we're learning right now, Netilat Yadayim, there's over 3,000 halachot. Yom Tov, 3,000 halachot, just how to wash your hands properly. Rav Zohar?
Yeah.
And we just started in the what's his name? In the Bet Midrash over there by Rabbi Sharabani, in the David Chai, and it's like,
Rabbi Yom Tov, we miss you at the class.
of course, Rabbi Sharabani misses you. He says hello. He says, we're begging you to come. Anyway, so he said, it's out of this world, Chevra. We are just holding it to the first two Seifim. And it's like already 2 weeks, just to cover the two Seifim, back and forth. What if it's a crack, if the dish is cracked? We're talking we just started discussing a cup. A cup that you want to use for the Netilat Yadayim. How much halachot is involved? Okay? What are we talking about here, Bichlal? How much happiness we have to have? So much simcha. שצריך לשמוח בעשיית המצווה כדכתיב, עבדו את השם בשמחה. The ikar of a Jew performing the mitzvah. The mitzvot are corresponding to this world. The whole world exists because I, Avram Sofer, because I, Zohar, I'm Eliyahu, I'm Yom Tov, I'm Moshe, I'm whoever it is. I'm doing a mitzvah. The world is existing. How can you not be happy? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Yes, it could be said. Here, everybody knows. We were
I'm not in a concentration camp. I'm not a hostage in Gaza.
No. Even concentration camp. You're out of it already. You're out of it already. Khalas. Be happy. I could sit and ponder a whole day about COVID, what they did to me, what went how in the hospital, how I was pronounced dead. I could be sitting all day. What for? What is going to help me? What is going to help me? Go weiter. Alles. Go do. I could contemplate, I was a little bit sad. They stopped me. Over here was going to do a door. They stopped me in the middle. So I was sad a little bit. But how long can you be sad already? Khalas, let it go. Life goes on. And that's the joy. The joy is enjoying the simcha properly. And if you have that, nothing will stop you. Nothing. The bracha will flow, and nothing will, chas v'shalom, interrupt you, and you're only going to grow with it. Because while we're in this world, we are commanded to grow non-stop. There is no stopping. Some people think I'm going to live a life, I'm going to stay neutral. In Torah, there is no neutral. It's either you go up by learning, or you go down if you don't. Baruch Adonai L'olam, amen. Amen. We're going to start halachot Shabbat right now.